So if you want to hear what's going on, you need to show up, listen to the dialogue and what's happening. I will assure you a lot of your questions will get answered. You know, we're pretty clear and transparent about our conversations here, okay? So show up, don't just show up today. This meeting happens usually the second Tuesday of every month, okay? The community board meeting happens the fourth Tuesday of every month. Is that right, Mia? The fourth Tuesday of every month, the overall board meeting. Show up, listen, participate, get information, reach out, and get the facts, all right? Because the facts, if we deal in facts, everything else is going to kind of fall in place, all right? Everyone in this committee on the board, we're made up of people from different parts of the district. So we're part of the community as well. So please, don't let this be the last time we see your faces. So moving on. The bulk of this meeting is going to be about 960 Franklin Avenue. For you committee members that don't know, that's the Spice Factory. The old Spice Factory is being redeveloped, okay? In your packet is a few pages on it, but I found this today, which I think is even more clear. It's a visual of the project. You got the committee members here? Yes.
This is only for community members.
We're just the public.
Is the public in there to turn into that?
There are a few more folks.
But I get one.
But I get one. If we could just share.
Yeah, you could share.
All right. There you go. Actually, you're going to have to. But I just share with us.
But I got one thing.
Okay. So folks, the proposal right now at 960 Franklin Avenue is for a 37-story tower, a 31-story tower, a 34-story tower, a 27-story tower, and two 15-story towers.
There's a 3-story.
I'm sorry, ma'am. I'm sorry. Yes, it's low right building right there. So you're looking at 1 million square feet. The project is going to end up with 1,500 apartments. I don't know the breakdown of the apartments yet. Half of those apartments, committee members, half of those apartments are affordable.
Oh.
And of the affordable, excuse me please, of the affordable, the breakdown is 300 of them are going to be at 50% of the AMI, okay? Which is unprecedented for one of these projects because this is the first project that's talking to, I'm trying to look for the, what that means in terms of dollar amounts. 50% of AMI, if you're a single person, you make $33,000 roughly. If you're a family of two, $38,000. Family of three, $43,000. I'm rounding. Family of four, $48,000. And family of five, $52,000. Okay? So it's of the 750 units that are affordable, 300 of them are for that category. I don't think anyone has ever done anything for that category at all. Okay? 150 are for people at 80% of the AMI, 150 for people right at it, and 150 for people 120% above the AMI. Okay? That's the current proposal on the table. I had a brief conversation with one of the executives from the company today, and he said that they are working on a new plan. It should be done in the next couple of weeks. He said, as soon as it's done, send it to me. I doubt that new plan calls for reducing the size of these buildings at this point. I expressed to him that this community is one that's looking to downzone, so 37 stories is kind of a non-starter. And in terms of heights, from our standpoint, but we're going to need to really have a conversation with the people that it affects most, right? The 300 apartments that are for folks making less than 50% of the AMI. So what I want to do in this discussion about the building is, one, what do you think about the plan? Two, what do you think we should be asking for? And when I say that, think broadly. Think about asking for deeper discounts on those 300, asking for more than 300. What community services should we be asking for? You know, think about, should we be looking at elevators and subways? You know, what should we be asking for around this project?
Nothing. You're not going to get anything.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a committee meeting.
This is a
If you
community.
please let us have a conversation. Thank you. All right?
You're the only one
So that's what we should have the dialogue right now. So floor is open for you guys.
Talking to the
Yes, my
executive.
concern with the discounted affordable housing is, number one, they don't have to build the affordable housing at the site. They just have, right? They just have to guarantee that they would build some affordable housing. It could end up in Queens, it could be anywhere.
Okay.
And they could then, or give an excuse later on that it's too expensive to build here, we can't do these affordable units. To some, you know.
So you're
community
saying
group to build them.
you're saying, what are you saying? To
I'm
guarantee?
saying that there's no guarantee, they're
But
putting it in
but you're saying it has to be a
writing.
guarantee, is what you're saying.
I'm just
What
stating
is
a
it?
fact. I don't trust them. I think they're giving us something that looks good on paper to get us to sign off on it and say, oh yeah, we're getting 50% building. But we all know that we're very expensive around here.
Mhm.
And I can't see them doing a 50% building. We're saying that half of the units are gonna be affordable in front of the garden and in front of the park. I don't see it.
Why not?
Because it's a very lucrative spot. So I don't see them putting affordable housing, that amount of affordable housing here. They're gonna say it's too expensive, and they know they can make more money.
Yes, that's fine.
So to say that there's a certain number of units that are 50% of AMI and under, that's very broad. You know, that could still be, $50,000 a year is still more than people make here, families 4 or 5. Because the issue we had with the Armory, that we started out with 18 units that were affordable to the neighborhood, and then there was this supposed great increase of units right before it was approved, but the actual units that were affordable for this community went up by like 10 units. It was not that much. So even doing 50% is not going to be good enough. Like for us as tenants, we have to think in terms of like, what is can we actually live there? Do we make enough money? You know, we have buildings near Barclays Center right now that are half empty because they're affordable units that actually cost more than the market right now. And so it's a huge waste of resources. You're right, they don't have to, regardless of what a developer tells you, none of this stuff is enforceable. None of it is enforceable. So they could say we're going to help with infrastructure and then sell the building like Dom Kokoschka always does, and then like all those bets are off. So I think that we got the proposal that we got because of how we dealt with Cornell Realty, which was to basically say no, build your 7 stories and be done with it. So I think it is important to note that they did get 100% union labor on the project by, instead of taking out their loan on a bank, they took it out through the AFL-CIO. And for us, as a coalition, that's really important. And from now on, anytime the city tells you that they can't do 100% labor, like that's a lie. Like if a huge developer can do that, then the city can do that. But it's still not like nowhere near good enough. I haven't talked to any tenants within the 2 or 3 block radius of there, which includes me, that has any desire to see this go forward right now. I don't know how people are feeling at Evans Field. Do it.
Yes, you can go ahead.
You want to speak for Evans?
No, yeah, I mean, he can't speak for Evansville, but he's saying he don't know how they feel. They feel exactly
Yeah, they
what
feel-
he's saying right now.
Yeah, so, and then do the same at Tivoli, and I think that, you know, I think what's important is right now that we be consistent about how we deal with these developers. Like the displacement pressure right now on Evans Field and on all of us in this area it's really hardcore. Even those of us who have resources are still like battered down and in court and doing all sorts of having to like try to hold on to our apartments. So unless they're telling us that they're going to build 1,500 units that we can all move into, I don't see where we would want to support that. Now, it's going to be an uphill battle because Eichner and Continuum Partners have been consistently funding local politicians' campaigns for a decade. And nobody knew why, and all of a sudden we have this proposal. Every single elected official of ours has gotten money from them. So that's where we're starting from. That doesn't mean that we can't convince them otherwise. I mean, we should try it. But I think, you know, when Michael and I spoke, the idea is like we need to start having people here that are not just homeowners or business owners, but also are the people actually impacted by this sort of displacement. So I'm going to be working on that, trying to get people from the Phoenix tenant unit here to meetings. You know, I have faith in at least in this committee's dedication to tenants, which wasn't the case 2 or 3 years ago, but a lot of work's been done, and I think that nobody can look at this right now and say that there's any reason that we would want